Good to have you here.
Thank you so
So, I don't know if you remember one time I was telling you about someone that listened to the episode of What Are You Doing with That in those instructions. She listened to it and she started doing what she's doing, her purpose. It's not like it may propel her into doing it because God had been telling her about it before. So, guys, if you've not listened to it, please go back to that episode and listen to it. It's so inspiring and enlightening, you know. So, guys, today we're talking about finding purpose early as children, and who is in the best position to tell us about that than our amazing guest that has a children's club. So thank you for being here
Thank
today.
you so much,
Good to have you.
Angie, and
Yeah.
thanks for that introduction. You
You're
said so
welcome.
many kind things. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the role you played to
Thank
get
you.
this club started.
Thank you.
I mean, watching that series, like she said, if you've not watched it, please watch it.
Yeah.
I had this God-given assignment and I was sleeping on it.
Like many of you there, wake up.
Until that just propelled me.
Mm.
See, there is so much
Yeah.
going on in the world right
Yeah.
now. There's social media, there is peer pressure. I mean, there's been a lot of things that were there before, but this is getting worse with social media, and even some people saying that some of this new generation and millennials, and they are not as strong and wired, like and not as rugged.
I agree.
There's so much going on. Just last week, we heard about the Abia State University student that took Colorado. For the life of me, I just heard that for the first time, and then I started seeing a long list of substances that this youth abuse these days.
Wow.
But why? What's the cause of this? You realize that there is an emptiness.
Yes, there's a void.
There is a void in people's lives that they are trying to fill. There is a reason why we are here. And if we don't find it, we run the risk of living an empty and unfulfilled life.
Yeah.
And if care is not taken,
They think Colorado is the answer.
they'll think Colorado, thank you, is the answer. That's one of the reasons why we started Regal Discovery Club. Catching them young.
Yes.
Helping children know who they are. What are they here for?
Train up a child
In
the
the
way he
way
should go.
they should go.
This is it.
What are their skills? What are their strengths? What has God put in them? Helping them to overcome some of the fears they have that could hold them back from a desirable future, from living a purposeful life.
Yeah.
Exposing them to things, equipping them with the tools they need in life to succeed. That is what propelled or started this Regal Discovery Club, and the testimony has been. I mean, ask some kids, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a doctor. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. Those things are good, but is that really why they're here? Is that really why they're here? Is that what those children were wired for? So that is the reason why children need to know who they are really on time. And when they do, they won't take Colorado.
They will not.
They won't take drugs just to get validation from their peers, from the society, or the likes on social media, making them feel that you belong. You know, they would not tie those things because they understand their being. They are not trying to prove anything to anyone.
For me, the reason why finding it really is so important, it gives you a sense of direction.
Thank you.
Like what someone was telling me the other day, if you know that you're going from Abuja, you're going to maybe Lokoja,
Right.
are you going to face Nasarawa?
Not at all.
Not at all. You know that you are going. You know
to.
where you're going to. So conclusion. What are you going to say about this topic? Finding your purpose as early as children.
So finding our purpose early. See, there is no hard and fast road to it. These are kids.
Yes.
They need a lot of guidance.
Yes.
From we as
Yes.
parents,
Yes.
from by surrounding these kids with healthy adults, Expose them to the way of God.
Yes.
You need to take them to church.
Yes.
If you're a Christian, if you're other religion, fine, but your kids need to know the light.
Yes.
They need to know who they are. You need to also pay attention to yourself. Sorry, to your children.
Yeah.
You need to pay attention to your children.
Yes.
You need to know what they are capable of. There are some people that you come and say, oh, I noticed this about your child. Positive or negative, like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like a shock to them. Like, some parents don't even know the children living with them. It's when you know your child, or you're paying attention to your child, you know the gifts God has deposited in them, and helping them to nurture that gift, to make it better, to refine it. That's another ton of work in itself.
Yes.
And we cannot do it alone.
Yes.
Identify like clubs like Regal Discovery that can help these kids. Expose them to as many things as possible. Games, sports, books, things that build them, things that stretch them, things that challenge them. That is how they know themselves. That's how they build their self-worth, by doing hard things, figuring out how to get by, and knowing that whatever skill they get from doing that can be transferred to another task. That is one way that children really discover who they are. So as parents, we need to help our children. They can't do it by themselves. These kids they are precious. And God, we are just custodians. God has given us these kids to look after, to provide a roof, to provide guidance for them, to nurture them in the way that they should go. It's an assignment we need to take seriously. So if any parent is listening to me, pay attention to your child. Expose your child to things that will help to discover the innate potentials that God has deposited in that child. That's how these children will grow up to healthy, confident adults that can stand out in their generation and make an impact. They are not the ones that would go take drugs. They are not the ones that would be seeking for validation from people. They're from friends and from the wrong places. They wouldn't do that. So as parents, if we are proactive about these things, we realize that 50% of our job is done. Like you said, even if they stray, they will still come back. They will find their way back because that seed has already been sown.
Beautiful. Very well said. Very well said. But yeah, just to wrap this up, there's something the Holy Spirit put in my mind just now, and it is that remember that. Did you go to a store when you were asking God for a child? You go to a store to choose the child. That, okay, I want this yellow one. No, this one that is dark. Yes, I want this dark child. Or this child long hair. Yes, but unfortunately, it's not possible. God would have you know that He was the one that gave the child to you.
Right.
Because He knows that you have everything that it takes to bring up that child in the way that He wants the child to be raised.
Absolutely.
So have that in mind. The child was not given to you by mistake. You did not choose the child. God did it that way for a reason. God does not make mistakes. It's very intentional. So He did that for a reason. So don't feel like, oh, where will I start from? Oh, can I do it? Am I a good mom? You are a good mom. You are a good dad. You can do it.
Right.
God has given you all that you need to do it.
Absolutely.
So that's our show today. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a guest. I've been blessed. I'm always blessed by you. Always. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks guys for being a part of us watching this video today. I will be so glad to see you next week. Please click on the subscribe button, and if you need her details, I'm going to put up her details as well. So if you want to, as a parent, you want to reach out to her, you would be able to do that. So have a blessed week, guys. Bye.